All right, so you're getting ready for a computer and accessories specialized seller interview.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really smart move.
It is.
This field is just exploding with all the new tech coming out all the time.
Absolutely.
But that also means it's pretty competitive.
It is a competitive field, but that's why we're here.
That's why we're here to give you the edge.
We're going to break it down for you.
Yeah, we've been looking at RoleCatcher's career guide and all the sample interview questions.
They've got some great resources.
They do. And their AI tools.
Oh, yeah. Those are really useful.
And all of that is going to give you a real advantage in this interview.
For sure.
Think of this deep dive like we're your personal trainers for this interview.
I like that analogy.
We're going to break down the common questions that really trip people up.
The ones people get stuck on.
Yes. And we'll give you strategies to just totally nail them.
Yeah, so you can really impress.
And we'll also weave in some career advice from the RoleCatcher guide.
Good idea.
So that you're not just ready for the interview.
Right.
But you're ready for success in the role long term.
That's the goal. So let's jump right in with a question that seems pretty simple.
Okay.
But it can really make a big first impression.
Right.
What inspired you to become a computer and accessories specialized seller?
So this is your moment to really show off your passion and not just say, oh, I like computers.
You've got to go deeper than that.
You got to go way deeper. Like, what was that thing that sparked your interest in tech?
Exactly. Was there a specific gadget or a moment that just blew your mind?
Oh, like when you built your own PC.
Or you spent hours researching the best components for your gaming rig?
Yes. You want to have a story to tell that really pulls them in.
It shows you're genuinely excited about this field.
It shows that you're not just in it for a paycheck.
Right.
And you know what the interviewer might follow up with.
What's that?
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But how do you stay up to date on all the industry trends?
Good one.
Because this is a fast-moving world.
Yeah, it changes all the time.
So here's where you really prove that you're a lifelong learner.
You got to show you're on top of it.
Name those resources you use. Blogs, YouTube channels, podcasts.
Don't forget social media.
Oh, yeah. Are you following certain industry leaders on social media?
You've got to be.
You've got to mention all that.
Be specific. The more specific you are, the better.
It shows that you're really plugged in.
Absolutely.
And bonus points if you mention some lesser-known sources.
Ooh, yes, I like that.
Because it shows that you're going deeper.
Yeah, you're not just sticking with the mainstream stuff.
Right. You're really digging for those valuable insights.
And this actually ties back to the RoleCatcher Career Guide.
Oh, does it?
They really emphasize the importance of continuous learning.
They do.
To stay ahead in this field. They suggest exploring industry blogs, magazines, even attending conferences.
Oh, wow. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the heart of sales now.
All right, let's do it.
How would you answer this question? How do you identify customer needs and recommend products?
That's a big one.
Forget the hard sell here.
You're not a pushy salesperson.
No, you're a problem solver.
You got to think like a tech consultant.
Ooh, I like that.
Walk the interviewer through your process.
Okay.
How do you approach a customer?
Yeah.
What kind of questions do you ask?
Yeah, to understand what they really need, even the things they might not even realize they need.
Sometimes they don't even know.
Exactly. So give some examples, like what would you say?
Well, I might ask, what are you mainly going to be using this computer for? Is it for work or gaming or creative tasks?
Oh, that's good. And what about, like, what frustrates you about your current setup?
Yeah, that's a great one.
It shows that you're not just trying to push products, you're really trying to find solutions.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but we all know.
Yeah.
Not every customer is easy.
Not at all.
So be ready for this question. How do you handle difficult customers or situations?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is.
You got to have a real experience ready to share.
You need a story.
Yeah, think of a time you dealt with a really tricky customer.
And focus on how you stayed calm.
You didn't lose your cool.
No. You stayed empathetic.
You put yourself in their shoes.
And ultimately, you found a resolution.
You solved the problem.
Yes. And this is all about demonstrating that you can handle pressure.
Which you definitely will in this role.
And prioritize customer satisfaction.
Which is key.
And you know what? That's all highlighted in RoleCatcher's guide.
Oh, it is?
It is.
That's great.
So be sure to highlight those skills.
Okay.
Active listening.
Uh-huh.
Clear communication.
Important.
Maybe even negotiation.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you need that.
And as the RoleCatcher Guide points out, these are all super valuable skills for a computer and accessories specialized seller.
Makes sense.
So you want to show them
that
you can take a potentially negative experience
and
turn it into something positive.
That's a great skill to have.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay, where are we going?
Let's talk about inventory.
All right.
How would you answer this?
Well,
How do you manage inventory and ensure you have the products customers want in stock?
ooh, that's all about organization.
It is.
Hmm.
And efficiency.
Gotta be efficient.
It's showing them you understand inventory control.
You know how it works.
Have you used any specific systems or software?
Oh, yeah. Definitely mention those.
Like point-of-sale systems
Mm-hmm.
or inventory tracking software?
Those are good ones.
And what about your proactive approach?
Proactive is good.
How do you anticipate what people are going to want?
Right. You don't want to run out.
You don't want to run out of stock?
No empty shelves.
So give an example, like
Okay, so for example.
maybe you noticed that gaming mouse sales were going up
Oh, yeah. Those are popular.
and you proactively ordered more.
So you're ahead of the game.
You're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So you didn't have any stock outs.
That's what you want.
You don't want to disappoint those gamers.
No, they need their gear.
So using data
Yes.
and anticipating those trends,
That's key.
that's key. Okay, so now let's talk about building those long-term customer relationships.
Okay. Love this topic.
It's not just about that one-time sale.
It's about keeping them coming back.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So think about times when you went the extra mile,
You went above and beyond.
like a personalized follow-up email,
Nice touch.
or recommending accessories that would go with their purchase,
Oh, yeah, that's helpful.
or maybe even a loyalty program.
People love those.
Anything that shows you're building that trust.
More than just closing a deal.
Right.
And this aligns perfectly with what RoleCatcher emphasizes in their guide.
Oh, it does.
They really stress the importance of building rapport and trust
Hmm.
for long-term success in this role.
Makes sense. All right, let's move beyond those individual interactions.
Okay.
And think about the whole in-store experience.
The big picture.
Yeah, how would you answer this?
Okay.
How do you ensure your store provides a positive customer experience?
That's a good one.
This is where you show off
Yeah.
that you understand the big picture.
You're not just focused on one thing.
Right. You're thinking about the whole store.
So it goes beyond clean shelves and friendly greetings.
Those are important.
Of course.
But how would you make the store a real tech destination?
You want to make it a place where people want to hang out.
Yeah.
So what are your ideas?
What about interactive product demos?
Oh, I love those.
Or maybe even workshops.
That's a good one.
Or like gaming tournaments.
Oh, yeah. Get people excited.
You really want to engage those customers.
Absolutely.
And of course,
Yeah.
you can't forget the human element.
The people are important.
Yes, a knowledgeable and enthusiastic team is crucial.
It makes all the difference.
So how would you answer this? How do you motivate and train your sales team to provide excellent customer service?
This is about leadership.
It is. Even if you haven't officially been a manager?
Yeah, you can still show leadership qualities.
So how would you create that supportive learning environment?
That's a good question.
Think about regular product training,
Everyone needs to be up to date.
sales incentives,
Motivate the team,
and fostering a collaborative culture,
where everyone works together.
because it all matters.
It really does.
And don't forget,
What?
RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help here.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Their Copilot AI actually analyzes job descriptions
Wow.
and highlights specific skills that employers are looking for.
That's amazing.
It is. So you can use that info to tailor your answers.
So you're giving them exactly what they want.
Exactly. And really emphasize your strengths.
It's like having a cheat sheet for the interview.
It is. All right, let's take a moment to think about what we've talked about so far.
Okay, let's recap. We've covered some really important questions so far, like how to showcase your passion and your customer service skills.
And your understanding of inventory and sales.
Right. And we talked about how those long-term relationships with customers are so important.
And how RoleCatcher's AI tools can give you that extra edge.
They're super helpful, but we're not done yet.
We've got more to cover.
Let's dive back into those interview questions.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk business sense now.
All right, I like it.
They might ask you something like, how do you ensure your store is meeting sales targets and profitability goals?
So they want to know if you understand the bigger picture.
They do. It's not just about individual sales.
Right, you're thinking about the whole store.
It's about setting those realistic goals,
Mm-hmm.
tracking those key metrics like conversion rates,
Mm-hmm.
and being adaptable.
Because
Things change.
things change all the time.
You got to be ready to adjust,
You got to be ready to pivot.
and you got to be prepared to talk strategy.
Okay, so give me some examples.
Like, would you implement sales contests to boost motivation?
Oh, that's a good one. What else?
Would you dive into customer data to find upselling opportunities?
Ooh, good one. Or maybe adjust pricing based on market trends.
You got to stay competitive.
Exactly.
You want to show them you're proactive
Mm-hmm.
and data-driven.
And that you're not just focused on making sales. Mm-hmm.
But you're thinking about how to make the entire business successful.
That's what they want to hear.
Okay, so we can't ignore the giant elephant in the room,
What's that?
e-commerce.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
So they might ask you, can you share your experience with online sales platforms and how you've used them to increase sales?
Even if this role is mainly in-store, having e-commerce experience is a big plus.
It is.
So talk about any platforms you've used, like Amazon, eBay,
Right.
the company's own website.
And highlight those skills.
Yeah, like what have you done?
Creating awesome product listings, optimizing them for search engines, managing those online inquiries.
All important.
And if you've run online ads or used social media to get the word out,
Even better.
definitely mention that.
Shows you're comfortable with the online world.
And that you understand that these days it's all about that omni-channel approach.
You got to be everywhere.
You got to be everywhere. Okay, let's shift to some questions that might come up if you're going for a more senior role.
Okay, like a management position.
Exactly. So be ready for the classic.
Hit me with it.
How would you describe your leadership style?
Everyone asks that one.
It's all about self-awareness.
Knowing yourself.
How do you approach leading and motivating a team?
And have some examples ready.
Examples are key. Have you mentored colleagues, led a project, motivated a team to crush a goal?
Share those stories.
And highlight what makes you an effective leader.
Are you collaborative, directive, or a mix of both?
Just be authentic.
That's the most important thing.
Okay, brace yourself for a tough one.
I'm ready. Bring it on.
How do you handle underperforming team members?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
It is.
It's all about finding that balance.
Between support and accountability.
You got to do both.
Focus on your approach to coaching and development. Would you try to figure out what's causing the underperformance?
Get to the root of the issue.
Provide more training. Set clear expectations. Offer regular feedback.
All good strategy.
It's about creating that environment where employees feel supported, but they also know what's expected of them.
Right. You want them to succeed.
Speaking of tricky questions, tell me about your biggest weakness.
Everyone hates this one.
But it's really about showing self-awareness.
Knowing what you need to work on.
And a willingness to grow.
You want to learn and improve.
So pick a weakness that's relevant.
Don't say, I work too hard.
Right.
No one believes that.
But choose something you're actively working on at improving.
You're making progress.
So what would you say?
Well, I could say I sometimes struggle with public speaking, but I'm taking a course to improve my presentation skills. Or I can be a bit of a perfectionist, which sometimes slows me down, but I'm learning to prioritize and delegate.
Oh, those are great examples.
It's about turning it into a positive.
Showing that you're always trying to get better.
Growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the interview is wrapping up,
Mm-hmm.
they'll probably ask, do you have any questions for us?
This is your chance to shine.
It is.
Don't waste it.
Definitely don't waste it by asking something that's easily found online. You want to show genuine interest
You're curious.
and gather some valuable information.
To what would you ask?
What about the company culture, team dynamics, growth opportunities, or any challenges specific to this role?
Good ones.
You could even ask about their vision for the future or how they approach innovation in the tech industry.
Shows you're thinking long term.
Exactly.
And you're interested in the bigger picture.
Okay, we've talked a lot about these interview questions,
We have.
but don't forget about RoleCatcher's AI.
It can be your secret weapon.
It can. We talked about using it to tailor your resume and practice your answers. But did you know it can also help you figure out what salary to ask for?
Oh, yeah. Salary insights are key.
They are, especially when it comes to negotiation.
You don't want to undervalue yourself.
Definitely not. So use the
Well-
tool to get those personalized salary
It
estimates.
gives you confidence.
And remember, negotiation is totally normal.
Don't be afraid to do it.
Advocate for yourself and find a package that works for you.
Know your worth.
All right, so let's talk about what happens after the interview.
Okay, follow up.
The follow-up is so important. Always send a thank you note.
It's just good manners.
It is. It shows appreciation, reaffirms your interest, and it helps you stand out.
A lot of people don't do it.
A well-written note can really make a difference.
It can.
So what should you include?
You should reiterate your enthusiasm. Highlight a key skill. And express how much you want to learn more.
And here's a pro tip.
Ooh, I love pro tips.
Use that thank you note to address any concerns that came up during the interview.
Oh, that's smart.
So, for example, if they seemed hesitant about your experience in a certain area.
Like you haven't worked with a specific software.
Exactly. You can mention that you're taking a course or getting certified in that area.
Shows you're proactive.
It does. It shows you're committed to continuous learning.
Which is so important in this field.
And the RoleCatcher Guide really emphasizes that.
They know what they're talking about.
They do.
But what if you don't hear back?
Oh, that's the worst feeling.
It is, but don't panic.
Don't panic.
Although what?
You're saying it's okay to follow up.
It's totally fine and even encouraged.
Really?
Yeah. Sending a brief email expressing your continued interest and asking about the hiring process shows initiative.
Oh, that's good to know.
And you can use this opportunity to share any relevant updates.
Oh, good idea.
Like if you got a new certification or had a recent accomplishment that aligns with the role.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah.
Okay, let's circle back to the RoleCatcher Career Guide for a minute.
Right, good idea.
They highlight some valuable certifications that can really boost your credentials.
Make you stand out.
Exactly. And give you that competitive edge.
Oh, what are they?
Well, some of the big ones are CompTIA A+, Cisco Certified Network Associate.
CCNA.
Yeah, or Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate. And Apple Certified Mac Technician.
ACMT.
Yes.
Those are all great ones.
These certifications are really recognized in the
They
industry.
show you have the skills.
And investing in them demonstrates your expertise and your commitment to professional development.
Which are crucial for long-term success.
They are. And the guide also talks about building a strong online presence.
Oh, that's so important these days.
It is. Creating a website or an online portfolio where you can showcase your experience projects, testimonials, even industry insights.
Like a blog.
Yeah, it can really set you apart.
It shows you're serious.
And it establishes you as a thought leader.
People will come to you for advice.
And it might even attract potential employers.
You're putting yourself out there.
Okay, let's tackle a slightly awkward topic.
What's that?
Salary expectations.
Oh, yeah, that can be tricky.
Do your research before the interview.
Absolutely.
Websites like Glassdoor and Indeed can give you a good idea of salary ranges for similar roles in your area. And, of course, use RoleCatcher's Salary Insights tool.
That's what it's for.
It is. So when they ask about your expectations,
Yeah.
be honest, be realistic. And you can say something like, based on my research and experience, I'm targeting a salary in the range of blank to blank.
That's a good way to phrase it.
And remember, salary is just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
Negotiate those benefits, vacation time, professional development opportunities.
Get the whole package.
It's about finding that right fit for you.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From specific interview questions to broader career advice.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, let's touch on a few more tips to really help you ace this interview.
All right, so let's distill all this down into some actionable advice.
Yes.
Yes.
How can you really ace this interview?
First and foremost, be yourself.
Oh, that's so important.
Authenticity is key.
Don't try to fit into some mold of what you think they want.
Right. Just be genuine.
Let your passion for tech really shine through.
That's what's going to make you memorable.
And be prepared to share those accomplishments.
Oh, yeah.
Think of specific examples.
Where you really went above and beyond.
Like times when you solved a tricky problem.
Or contributed to a team's success.
Because those stories really bring your skills to life.
Way better than just listing them on a resume.
And don't underestimate the power of enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah, you got to be excited.
Show them that you're thrilled about this opportunity.
That you're eager to learn and contribute.
A positive attitude can make a big difference.
It can be contagious.
And confidence is key, too.
Absolutely.
Believe in yourself.
You've prepped for this. You got this.
You ready?
And hey, don't forget to smile.
Oh, yeah.
A genuine smile goes a long way.
It really does.
Okay, so let's step back from the interview for a second.
Okay.
And think about your bigger career goals.
The long-term vision.
This is just the first step.
It is.
In what could be an amazing journey.
The RoleCatcher Guide talks about all sorts of paths you can take.
Oh, yeah, like what?
You can move into management, specialize in a niche area like gaming PCs. Oh, that sounds fun.
Or enterprise solutions.
Yeah.
Or you could even explore roles in tech support or training.
There are so many options.
The possibilities are endless. As you gain experience, you'll figure out what you're good at and what you really enjoy.
And remember, continuous learning is crucial.
You got to keep up with the latest tech.
So think about those long-term goals.
Where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years?
What steps can you take now to get there?
Certifications networking, building your online presence.
And tools like RoleCatcher's AI can be so helpful throughout your career.
They can.
They can help you stay updated on industry trends, get those salary insights, and even connect with potential opportunities.
It's like having a career coach in your pocket.
It is.
Yeah.
So as you head into this interview, remember, you got this.
You do.
Be confident.
Be enthusiastic.
And let that passion for tech shine through.
And one final thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
As technology keeps evolving,
it's not slowing down.
Your role as a computer and accessories specialized seller is more important than ever.
Wow, I like that.
You're not just selling products. You're helping people understand and use this amazing technology.
We're bridging the gap.
We are. So stay curious, keep learning.
The future is bright.
For those who are passionate about tech and want to make a difference.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's a wrap.